The most hardcore American disaster movie of 2026 is coming. The second step of the apocalypse escape is like the Earth after a massive geomagnetic storm. A family of three has to cross a precipice in search of new life. John takes the lead, but he only has a swaying rope under his feet. His son and wife follow behind. The entire bridge is almost overturned by the strong wind. John struggled to maintain his balance, and the gale finally subsided. The family of three crossed the locked bridge safely, but beneath their feet was only a solitary cliff. They still had to cross the more dangerous second obstacle, a makeshift bridge made of folding ladders. Suddenly, an earthquake struck, and the surrounding cliffs tightened little by little. John realized that time was running out and urged his son to climb the ladder. But the earthquake grew stronger and stronger, and everyone lay prone on the bridge. The locked bridge behind finally couldn't withstand the pressure and broke, sending the last three people plummeting off the 10,000-meter cliff. The ladder also trembled and slowly slid down. At this moment, the selfishness of human nature was laid bare. In the struggle, one of the two men accidentally fell, but no one cared about a life at that moment. Seeing that the ladder could no longer hold, the man on the other side actually jumped over to AT this moment. Only the family of three remained on the bridge. The couple struggled to pull their son out. The cliff behind them had been pushed back halfway by the earthquake. The three of them desperately climbed forward and finally reached the other side without any danger. This kind of life or death scene is just the tip of the iceberg in the apocalypse survival story. Previously, the family of three had almost perished at sea. Countless refugees ran towards the beach because there was only one lifeboat left. Moreover, the air was filled with radioactive material. Some people, in order to survive, began to snatch isolation masks from their fellow passengers. John and his two companions dared not linger and immediately ran to the cabin. He used his body to block the crowd and let his son and wife crawl in first. When John climbed in, the captain gave the order to close the door. At this moment, no one cared about the lives of others. The men inside desperately blocked the cabin door. As the small boat slowly started, those lying on the outside fell into the sea one after another. But before they could catch their breath, a 100-meter-high wave roared in. Humans are so small in the face of nature, and the small boat slowly waved towards the giant waves out of the thousands of refugees. Only a dozen or so survived. They sailed from day to night until their small boat ran out of fuel and finally came to a stop. On this boundless sea, everyone was prepared to die. After drifting for several days, the ship suddenly bumped into something. The group of people were awakened. John opened the hatch and saw that they were standing on a submerged city. He adjusted the boat with the oars and slowly glided it toward the ruins. Finally, he chose to dock at a slope, but the place was already deserted. Would they be able to reach the oasis they longed for? Next up are meteorites, earthquakes, lightning, volcanoes, and even the more selfish aspects of human nature waiting for them. If you were in their shoes, how would you survive? This is the second installment of the post-apocalyptic survival series. As the only major disaster film of 2026, it presents a hardcore survival challenge against nature amidst the extreme tension of the apocalypse. Moreover, the second installment far surpasses its predecessor, creating even more stunning visual effects. There haven't been many disaster blockbusters in recent years, and this film's realistic apocalyptic collapse allows you to truly feel the suffocating atmosphere. Most disaster films focus on the rescue perspective, lacking the grand scenes of apocalyptic escape to get your adrenaline pumping. This film has been confirmed for release in Chinese cinemas. Fans of apocalyptic survival shouldn't miss it.